pitched. That means he didn't give up any runs there. And during the season, 31 innings pitched. He was 1-1 and with a 2.3 ERA.
0.00. That's pretty
can't beat
good.
that.
Let's check the defensive lineup now for the Bandits of Idaho Falls. On the corners, it's going to be Mac Jepson and Bradley Thompson. Double play combination of Nate Rose and Logan Taggart. And in the outfield, left to right, Chandler Robinson, Kai Howell out in center field, Elliott Jones in right. R.J. Woods did a good job yesterday. He's behind the plate again, catching Diesel loose. So Iowa coming in at 13-1 overall. That's their record. Now, I'm glad you're here. Really, I'm glad you're here because I got up early today and I was looking at numbers. And I'm like, wait a minute. Now, you explained that their high school season in Iowa went longer than most, so that's why they only played 14 games. But I'm looking at their season stats that they gave me, and I'm thinking,
there's some good numbers.
There's 14. They had 575 hits. That means they're averaging 28 hits a game. That can't be right, so I woke you up, which I apologize for.
No, all good. I needed to get up. But, yeah, their high school season is a little different, and but teams from all over, and their numbers were from their high school season mainly.
If it makes you feel any better, I also texted Joanne, calling our stats person. I said, is this right? They average 28 hits a game? There's no way. Well, let's get going now to open up this Saturday afternoon of a triple header. Cole Smith steps in, and the first pitch is in for a strike. Diesel Loose. What a name. That's a great name, huh? Diesel Loose. Davin is his real official name. There's a breaking ball popped up down the right field line. It should be caught by Thompson. And nice job for the first baseman. He kind of had his back turned to it, and he still pulls it in.
Yeah, made it look easy there. Didn't take off after it and just kind of timed it right over the shoulder.
So there's one up and one down. Jake Brosius, the left fielder, is getting ready to step in as we take another look.
Yeah, made it look easy, just right over the shoulder, timed it right. One out.
Brosius hitting from the left side. And first pitch missing for a ball. Brosius, a 5'8", 175-pounder out of Wallards Catholic High School. Hit .429 in the regionals, 1 for 4 in the first game, and he rips a single to right field. Second pitch, he jumps on it, and Iowa has a base runner.
Yeah, just kind of took what Diesel gave him, like a breaking ball that was up a little bit, and took it to right field for a hit. And
first baseman, number 18, Sawyer Nauman.
So Sawyer Nauman, the first baseman, hits leader during the regular season for this Iowa club, stepping in. Now, you ran into Ronnie Kramer, the head coach, and you said they were really jacked up despite not a great showing in the first game.
Yeah, they were really ready to go, and he said they came out the other day, and he said they kind of got away from their game plan, doing what they normally do, and he talked to them about that, and they're hopefully loose and ready to go.
Well, they lost 8-4 to a really good Massachusetts team, but late, I thought they were going to come back in that game.
Yeah, they had runners in scoring position. It could have been a ball game there late.
Loose's second pitch misses for a ball. It's 2-0 on Nauman. There's Sawyer Nauman. There's Tucker Nauman. A lot of brother combinations in the World Series this year. This one's fouled back to the screen. It's 2-1. Boy, Nauman really had some good numbers, though. 549, and that's in the regular season.
Regular season, yeah.
50 base hits, led the team. 56 RBI, also led the team.
11 home runs, and then his counterpart at first base, Brosius, had 12 home runs during the high school season.
Yeah, that's a good point. Brosius, according to Ronnie Kramer, was not a home run hitter until this year. Then he just exploded. Nauman, 549, and then he winds up in the regionals hitting 500 with 8 base hits. Led the team in that category as well. Let's get back to Diesel Loose on the hill. What did you say his out pitch was?
Well, his slider is going to be the second pitch he goes to. I mean, anybody's fastball. He's got a decent fastball, but I think he's going to end up going to that slider more than not.
Anybody clocked in the 90s this week in this World Series?
I think we may see here in just a few minutes from Iowa's starting pitcher, which is committed to Iowa.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Here's a shot out to left field, but Robinson's there to pull it in. And there's 2 down. Hit it well, but right at Chandler Robinson.
Third baseman, number 13, Gavin Gunn.
So that'll bring up Gavin Guns. Makes the all-name team here at the World Series. Gavin Guns hit .440 in the regular season. And I mentioned 7-14 in the region. Now, he only had 7 at-bats, but he got 5 base hits. I mean,
That's pretty daggone good right there.
probably to give him another 7 bats.
Oh, yeah, I know.
He was obviously red hot. This one's down in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. So Diesel loose, falling behind for the second straight batter.
Yeah, second straight batter. You know, the last batter, he ended up going full count with, and actually threw a breaking ball on the full count, which I think got him off just a little bit. But
2-0 pitch. This one's fouled back to the screen. So Gavin Guns, after hitting 7-14 in the regionals, 0 for 3 in the first game, but did pick up 2 RBI in that 8-4 loss to Iowa. Or Massachusetts, rather. Wow. Somebody was sleeping down at first base. Jake Brosius not happy. I'm sure Ronnie Kramer can't be very pleased as well. So nothing across in the top of the first inning. We go to the bottom. Cole Smith and Tucker Nauman, the double play combination. It's Jake Brosius, Landon Stoll, and Michael Garrett in the outfield with Ray Schlosser behind the plate. First pitch to Nate Rose, a swing and a miss for a strike.
yeah, and we were just talking about, we won't have anybody here throwing 90 in this, and he's going to be upper 80s to 91, 92, so you can see him bringing the ball.
We were talking with Michael Levine, the head coach of Massachusetts, about their game coming up today against Michigan. I said, Michigan only had 2 hits, so you expect them to play a little bit better. There's a shot. Wow. Boy, that fastball hit that aluminum bat, and it was a rocket right past the mound. And Nate Rose is on.
Yeah, not what Aaron Savory wanted to do there. He got ahead 0-2 there right off the bat and just left a ball up and over the plate. And you leave it up 0-2 like that, they're going to hit it.
Here's Elliott Jones stepping in. They're finishing that thought with Michael Levine. He said, yeah, we know Michigan's a really good hitting team, but we have our ace. We saved our ace for this game. So that should be a really good ball game in that second game as well. Actually, all 3 of our games today were pretty good marquee matchups.
Yeah, a lot of guys getting their ace coming back, like you said.
Breaking pitch misses inside for a ball. 1-1 on Elliott Jones, who was 2 for 3 with a double and an RBI in that first game. How about today is camo day, so all the teams will have their camo jerseys on, but look at the matchup. We got a lime green and a darker green.
Yeah.
What are the odds of that?
Yeah, I love the socks, though, that Idaho has on. I'm not sure if everybody has those socks, but they wear them up. So you can see them. Little stars.
They are different. Runners going. Hit and run was on. And Rose will have to return on the foul ball.
And that's the one thing about this Idaho team. They're going to make you make some mistakes. They're going to take off, run, hit, bunt.
Wow, look at that outfit, huh? Nice hat. Bring in the cavalry. Think he rode in on his horse today?
Love it.
I do like the hat.
Yeah. That would look good on me, Mike.
Caught looking, so there's the first strikeout for Aaron Savory. And Elliott Jones standing by the roadside. Just watch this one go by.
Yeah,
Great pitch.
that slider, that slider there kind of fooled him a little bit. It seemed buckled just a little bit, and he's been ahead 0-2 on both guys.
Here's Mac Jepson stepping in after going 1 for 3 with an RBI double in that first game. Runners going again. Here's the throw, not in time. Schlosser, the ball jumped out of the catcher's glove, so it was a late throw. And Rose has a stolen base.
Yeah, good job reading that ball. He was going anyway, but that ball bounced right there in front of the plate. Good block, but you're not going to get him on something like that.
So runner in scoring position for the first time, 1 out. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Jepson also led the team in the regular season, 5 home runs.
And ahead again there, Mike. All 3 hitters, he's been ahead, and you can see why he's a, top-notch pitcher. He throws hard, can throw the breaking ball for a strike, and we wish he had that first batter back where he made a mistake there when it was 0-2.
Here's the 1-2 pitch, and this one's fouled back.
Just like yesterday, I think, you and I were talking, keeping that that first guy, like even with Mississippi, Kai Holiday, keeping those guys off the base, even, Hawaii's leadoff hitter. You keep those guys off the base, you got a chance.
There's a fly ball out to left field, and Brosius almost misjudged it. Came in and then had to go back out again, but now there's 2 down. And Rose returns to second base.
I thought that got over his head. It looked like he was playing him pretty shallow, but able to regroup and make the catch.
So that'll bring up Kai Howell, a cleanup hitter. Graduated back in 2020, went to Walla Walla Community College. He's 5'10", 170-pounder. Takes that pitch outside corner for a strike. Howell had 346 in the season. Those numbers dipped a little to 235 in the regionals. Did pick up an RBI. This one's out of play down behind the Idaho dugout.
And that was his changeup. I think that may be the first time he's thrown that changeup today, but it's a good changeup, down and away.
Woody, in game 1, we talk about teams like Michigan and Mississippi not playing well in the first game. This Idaho team banged out 9 hits, probably had the best showing offensively in the first day. 9 for 25. The team batting average is .360. Left 4 stranded.
Yeah, and they left 4 stranded. And I'm talking to Coach Alexander. I think they had second, third there early in the game with nobody out, and was only able to get one of those guys in after even getting the guy to third with less than 2 outs. But he wishes they had scored a little more runs with what they had on the bases.
Swing and a miss, and they're going to leave another runner stranded right there as Rose is out at second base. A couple of strikeouts for Aaron Savory in the first. We played 1 full. We go to the top of the second. We're scoreless here in game number 1 of 3 at the 2021 American Legion World Series. The American Legion World Series is brought to you by the American Legion and by North Carolina Tourism. Head for the top of the second here in Keeter Stadium, and Gavin Guns was at the plates in the first, but Jake Brosius was caught off of first base and picked off, so Gavin Guns will lead off the second. There's a breaking pitch that didn't quite break enough, did not get too close to Guns, but Guns had a big grin on his face like, is he trying to dust me off?
Yeah. It's a curveball that got away.
And this one gets away from the catcher, R.J. Woods.
And Diesel and a couple of these guys has got behind early in the count, 2-0, and has been able to come back and even the count.
Nice pitch, but left it up a little bit high. 3 balls and no strikes on Gavin Guns. That used to be the hardest thing, when 3-0 count, to stand there and take. I was never comfortable taking, just standing there.
You'd be surprised how many times I hear that. Why can't you swing 3-0? Why do guys not swing 3-0? But, you know, it's kind of one of those things. You let some guys swing 3-0, some don't. Some are going to swing at it no matter where it's at.
You know, 3-0, you're going to get a good pitch. You know that.
You think.
A decent
yeah,
pitch.
Yeah.
3-2 pitch, and he drops this one into right center for a base hit. So Gavin Guns, who's 0 for 3 with a couple of ribbies in that first game, gets his first base hit of the World Series.
Yeah, good job by Gavin. You know, just taking what he gave him, a little fastball down and away, and base hit in right field.
So here's Tucker Nauman, the second baseman, stepping in for the first time today after going 1 for 4 in that opening game, but he did leave 4 stranded. It's one thing ball players hate to do, is head back to the hotel knowing that you left 4 guys sitting on the base paths, although the coaches probably hate it more than the players.
Yeah.
This one's fouled back to the screen.
Now he jumps back ahead of him here, 0-2.
Your rookie season, of course, we've talked about the fact that your rookie debut, you beat Clemens, you struck out 12. Rookie season, not your career, but rookie season, what's the biggest jam you pitched out of, if you can remember? This nice piece of hitting as this drops into left center. So Guns goes to right center, Nauman goes to left center. We've got runners on first and second with nobody down.
That looked like Michael, like a curveball that just stayed up just enough. Yeah, curveball just stayed up enough for him to reach out, and no matter what it looks like or how hard it's hit, it shows up in the box score as a hit, don't it?
It was a soft single.
Yes, it was. But jams I worked out of, you know, it really didn't give me the opportunity to work out of a lot of them. You know, when you're young, they try to, you know, you get late in the ball game and guys get on or whatever, they're going to bring somebody in. And I was lucky to have a guy named Bob Wickman that would come in and get some
Bob
ball
Wickman.
double plays. Yeah.
Bob Wickman. I lived in Columbus when he pitched for the Clippers.
Yeah, he was a Yankee, drafted by the Yankees.
And more after this pitch to Trayton Shaber, goes by Trey. Bob Wickman was with the Columbus Clippers, and he is missing part of his finger.
Yeah, he was reaching to a grinder to like grab something and cut the very tip of his finger off.
Said he
and
saved
it was a
its
blessing in disguise, because everything he threw sunk.
We were always afraid to talk to him about that, and he goes, no. He goes, it saved my career. He said the ball started jumping off. He was a good guy.
Yeah, you don't know how many times he's had that that nub of that finger stuck in you, like, and it hurts when he stick it right in your side. And it hurts.
I could see him doing that. He had that kind of personality.
But here Diesel jumps up 0-2 again, and you know he wants to make more of a quality pitch here 0-2 than before. And there it is. That was a good pitch. Good 0-2 pitch. Good job of laying off.
Yeah. Shaber had to be holding his breath, waiting for the call by Roger Wolf, working behind the plate. Barry Ramacone down at first, Michael Parnell at second, and Jeff Maxey back at third. Maxey closed out the day yesterday behind home plate. Well, Ronnie Kramer said this young man, Shaber, will not get cheated. Good eye at the plate, takes some wicked swings. Now he's behind in the count, though, 1-2, and this one's outside in the count, 2-2.
Yeah, they got some different approaches today early in the game and making the pitcher work.
He's got some good size there, huh? 6'1", 215. Kind of built like Wickman.
Yeah.
This is drifting down the right field line, and this one is almost caught. Great effort by Elliott Jones out there in right field. And this one lands in the bullpen. Almost caught up to it. And Shaber comes back to do it again. Shaber that was kind of a late swing. He kind of hesitated.
You can see that effort there, Mike. And I mean, you had to keep in mind that fence is there and there's nothing.
Oh, the ball did not go
hurt.
into the bullpen. So I stand corrected. He was definitely cognizant of that fence coming up.
As I would be, too.
As you should be. Here's a 2-2 pitch now. Goes the opposite way again, and this time Bradley Thompson can't catch up with it, and Elliott Jones says, I'm not going after that again. I mean, out in right field.
And I wasn't mistaken, but I guess it was probably maybe 3-4 years ago, we had a guy, great play, left field, going in and flipped over the fence, made the catch and flipped over the fence.
I remember
and
that,
made the catch, yeah.
Kind of a Derek Jeter thing.
Yeah.
So he rips one to left field, and the bases are going to be juiced. So he fouls off 2 down the right field line, then he jumps on a pitch and rips one to left field. So back-to-back-to-back singles now, loads the bases.
And Coach Alexander is going to go out and talk to him, and the next pitch for Diesel is going to be pitch number 30.
This is what I kind of expected after watching Iowa lose 8-4. Going over the numbers in my hotel room this morning, I thought, man, they got some good hitters.
Yeah,
I mean,
they do. Yeah, looking at the numbers, you're like, especially you're wondering how they got that many hits in 13 games.
Right. I was really confused.
But they do. Yeah, they've got some very good hitters and very good approaches at the plate, as you can see here, because he's been ahead of several of these guys, 0-2, 1-2, and they lay off some good pitches and then battle and got 3 singles here, but as a pitcher, you always, the old Atlanta Braves philosophy is it takes, you can give up 3 hits and you still can give up a run. And,
well,
I mean, before you have one pitching coach always tell me, he said, I've never seen somebody get 5 hits in a row. So,
really?
Yeah. But it happened to me after he said that. But
I once did a super regional at Georgia. South Carolina hit 5 home runs in a row. And it was so surreal that nobody really caught on to that, even in the booth, till the next day. We were talking to Ray Tanner, the head coach at South Carolina. He goes, you know what? One of the coaches had to come up and tell me, hey, coach, we just hit 5 home runs in a row. And if memory serves me right, I think they lost that game. I know Georgia won the super regional that year. And back-to-back home runs, and you lose the game. That's not going to happen very often. Here's Ray Schlosser, the catcher.
And he's jumped down 0-2 here real quick. And this is a part you want to strike out here if you're the pitcher.
This one's down in the dirt. Nice job by Woods blocking the plate.
Yeah, and here early in the game, you have the defensive linemen and everything. You got the middle infield's playing back. The corners are playing in and kind of giving up the run up the middle.
So the 0-2 count is now 2-2. Yeah. Schlosser hit just shy of 300, 299 during the regular season. Ronnie Kramer says he likes his versatility. Of course, he catches. He's catching today, but he's also thrown 38 innings during the regular season. There's the 2-2 pitch. Little check swing. Fouled it off.
And a good pitch, and a very good job of Schlosser holding on and battling.
So speaking of the head coach, Ronnie Kramer, he said he had a hard time. I said, any area this team exceeds your expectations? And he said, not really. I can't think of anything. He said, they really believe in themselves. Great team chemistry, and they will not quit. And obviously, after losing 8-4, they're looking pretty good so far today. There's a swing and a miss. And big strikeout that time.
Yeah, and you can see there, if we can get a replay of that pitch there, I'm sure we will. And you can see him, look, he's asking for time, Mike. He's asking for time, the hitter was, and he had to put his hands back on the bat last second.
Center fielder number 4.
Good pitch down the way curveball. So umpire didn't give him time and kind of messed him up.
Well,
So he's trying to get time and kind of messed him up.
Here's Landon Stoll now with 1 down. So is that just a mental error by Roger Wolf, the home plate umpire, or is that
I think
his
the pitcher is according to where you're at in the delivery. The pitcher was already in his windup, and it may have been a little too late to give him time.
There's the first run. This one skips past R.J. Woods. It'll go down as a wild pitch, and Gavin Guns comes in to score the first run.
Yeah, there's nothing R.J. Woods could do about that. That ball was way outside and way out of his reaches over in the left-handed batter's box. See the pitch here. Let's see how far it is outside, and it's way out there. It's all the way in the middle of the box.
Wow.
Not much you can do.
Two balls and 1 strike to Landon Stoll. Another player from Waller Catholic High School.
And they're still giving up the run up the middle, and you got to wonder how long Coach Alexander will go here.
Well, the base is juiced again after the base on balls given up by Diesel Loose. And here's the number 9 hitter, Michael Garrett.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, he was 3 for 3 the other night, if I'm not mistaken.
You are not mistaken. He was 3 for 3. Good call.
In the 9-hole, because we kept talking about that. And, and Diesel here, this is pitch number 29 coming up here in this inning. A lot of pitches in one inning.
There's a shot out to left field, and it's right at Chandler Robinson. Here's the tag. The throw not in time. We've got a 2-0 ball game. So Michael Garrett, the number 9 hitter, winds up with an RBI sac fly.
Good job of hitting. Like we said, he was 3 for 3 the other night, and then does his job there of hitting the ball deep enough to get a sac fly and get that runner in from third base to get the second run here up on the board for Iowa.
That's 2 down. We go back to the top of the order now with Cole Smith, who popped up to the first baseman, Bradley Thompson, in his first at-bat. Striking pitch misses for a ball. So Cole Smith, the MVP of the regional, at 534. He's heading to Southeastern University to play some college baseball. Just graduated from Dubuque Senior High School.
He's fell behind here, 2-0 again. It's tough to throw that many pitches in one inning. It'll wear you out.
That one's in for a strike, 2-1. Put you on the spot here. Maybe it's unfair. You're going to have to start digging through your papers with 8 teams in this field, these pool play. But, all the coaches that say, well, we got about 13 arms we've used in the regular season. Probably got 8 good arms left in the World Series. Who do you think has the deepest bullpen right now? out of the 8 teams. Just a wild
Well,
guess.
just talking with Hawaii, he told us earlier he had 10 guys at his disposal to be able to pitch, and I think he's used 4 guys so far. Yesterday, he had somebody go 6 2/3 innings. They brought in their closer to finish it out, so they may be the deepest of anybody.
Well, the bases are loaded again for the 3rd time after Cole Smith draws the base on balls.
Yeah, and you got to wonder here, like we said, 2 outs here, bases loaded. If they're going to try to get somebody going or warming up in the bullpen, or they got somebody they're going to bring in off the field, but it looks like they may have somebody running down to the bullpen to try to get loose pretty quick.
Yeah, they were in a hurry. Looked like Ryan Horvath, if I read the number correctly. So Jake Brosius, he singled and got picked off at first base in his first at-bat. Great opportunity here.
Yeah, these are not the 2 guys, if you're Idaho Falls, you want to come up in this situation.
There's a shot down the right field line, out of play. Yeah, if you're the pitcher, you don't want to face somebody who hit .429 in the regionals. 47 ribbies during the regular season and 12 home runs. There's a little tap, and it's a loose. It catches a break there. He's out of the inning, but Iowa scores first. They scored 2 in the top of the 2nd inning. Great point during the commercial break that they had the bases loaded 3 times and they only got 2 runs.
Yeah, I mean, that may be the crucial part of this game here for not getting those guys in later in the game.
Here's a DH, Ace Webb. Stepping in for the first time, and he takes the 90-foot trot down the first base. The breaking ball didn't break quite good enough.
Yeah, and the same thing we just had talked about during the break is this long sitting in the dugout for a long time for Aaron Savory, how to affect him, and hits the first batter of the inning.
Here comes R.J. Woods. His bat has come to life during the postseason. Runner's going. Here's the throw, and it's a little high, not in time. A stolen base for Ace Webb.
Wow, got a great jump there, and was able to get his hand in just before the ball got there.
Ryan Alexander, he doesn't give steal signs either. He says it's up to the players, which I thought was interesting. So the players, if they feel they can go, they go. This one's fouled off.
Yeah, he lets them learn. They learn the game that way, I think. And, he said if they keep making that same mistake and maybe going at the wrong time and not doing it the correct way, he'll tell them to hold. But he said it helps them learn the game.
I mentioned moments ago, R.J. Woods, his bat came to life during the postseason. First 4 games of the regionals, he was hitting .600. He had 2 hits in the championship game. Ground ball, gets through for a base hit. We're going to hold the runner. And we got runners on the corners with nobody down.
Yeah, and they're taking that fastball after missing the sack bunt to get it down, and was able to take that pitch and get a base hit to left field, and got a runner on third now with less than 2 outs.
So Chandler Robinson, the left fielder, stepping in right now, the linebacker on the high school football team. Ryan Alexander, the head coach, says he plays baseball like a linebacker too. He attacks everything. He's a bulldog. Playing out in left field, but if they put him in the infield and if there's a ground ball, he said he'll tackle. He'll tackle the ball if he doesn't think he can just cleanly play it, scoop it up.
I mean, you got to love that mentality, though, you know.
There's a swing and a miss. So Robinson, rising senior at Skyline High School, and Alexander saying don't be surprised to see him playing some college football somewhere. He too had a nice regional, hitting .438 with a pair of hits in the championship game. Little tap. Oh, beautiful. And there's the double play. Couldn't have been placed better for Cole Smith out at shortstop.
Yeah, you know, I mean, but he was able. He's not going to get an RBI, I don't think, for that. But he'll, you know, was able to get that run in from third base and puts him on the board.
First baseman number 3, Bradley Thompson.
Yeah, couldn't hit it better for the shortstop to just tag the bag and get a double play.
So Bradley Thompson gets his first swings now with 2 outs. And Thompson facing a 1-1 count. One and two. Oh, chased it.
Ball.
Second strikeout for Aaron Savory. That ends the inning. We go to the top of the third as Idaho pushes one across. 2-4-0 for Iowa, 1-2-0 for the Bandits of Idaho Falls. We head for the top of the third here in Shelby, North Carolina. And back in Shelby, North Carolina, 3 games on tap today, 3 games coming up tomorrow. Evan Lepler will be back in the booth with Steve. And it'll start off. This Iowa team taking on Michigan, and Maryland takes on North Dakota. And they'll wrap it up tomorrow night at 7:30 with Massachusetts taking on these Bandits of Idaho Falls. Our second game today, Michigan against Massachusetts. Should be a good battle. There's a shot out to left field, and this one's it's going to be trouble. One bouncer up against the wall.
Wow, kept me to a single. Great job out in left field.
But Chandler Robinson a little bit disgusted with himself. He got tied up a little bit and turned around. He might have misjudged it. But like you said, they held him to a single.
Yeah, you can see right here, he just didn't go back on it quick enough. Hit short of the wall, but able to hold him up. As you can see him putting on the brakes.
So Gavin Guns steps in again. They sent 7 batters to the plate back in the second inning. So Guns getting his second swings already. Lifts a lazy fly ball out to right field. Elliott Jones pulls it in.
And it's just saying, Mike, he threw 37 pitches in that second inning facing all those guys. So that's a lot of pitches in one inning. And, you know, he's at 53 pitches already.
Second baseman number 5, Tucker Nauman.
So Sawyer Nauman down at first base. Here's Tucker Nauman, the second baseman, stepping in. Now he singled and scored back in the second inning. Just dusted that outside corner.
Yeah, good fastball on the outside corner.
This is the outside corner that time for a ball. That's 2 balls and 1 strike on Tucker Nauman.
Yeah, and you got to wonder right here, maybe they get him moving at first base here with that 2-1 count.
So Nauman, he must have some decent wheels, Woody, because he's 6'3", 185, and he plays cornerback on the football team. So I think some college coach could put some weight on him, and he could probably play a safety or maybe an outside linebacker. 6'3", 185 right now. Here's a bouncer right back to Luce. Luce takes time. Had a hard time handling it, so he couldn't go to second, did the right thing, and got the out at first base.
Yeah, it looked like he looked up before he really had it in his glove to second base, and would have probably been a pretty easy double play here. You see, kind of looks up and didn't have it in his glove, and had to make sure to get that out at first base.
So Drayton Shaber steps in for the second time. He also singled, got stranded at second base in the second inning. Nice pitch.
Yeah, good breaking ball down and away.
Well, Ryan Alexander says this young man, Diesel Luce, he says he will show up and he will compete.
And you better with a name like that.
He also plays for Alexander at Bonneville High School. He said they were kind of, his high school team was kind of in a rebuilding mode, and they wound up sneaking into the postseason and won their districts.
And here we're talking about, we're sitting at pitch number 60 as I was looking up, and if he throws, I don't know what Ryan's going to do, but if he goes 61, we'd have to wait 3 days to come back. So
yeah, that's going to do it. He took the ball from him.
yeah.
So now we'll try to figure out who will replace him coming out of the bullpen right now. Horvath was warming up out there. We'll take a break. We'll be back in a minute. Well, Steve Woodard, Ryan Horvath is the new man on the hill.
Yeah, in the regionals, Ryan, he threw 2 1/3 innings, didn't have a decision, struck out 2, walked 1, but during the regular season, through 30 and 2/3 innings, he was 2-1 with a 3.8 ERA.
Yeah, one thing Ryan Alexander told us in our meetings, he said a month ago he didn't see him in the role, coming out of that bullpen doing as well as he has. He's been coming out of the bullpen the last 3 weeks, so let's take a look at that chart.
Yeah, and what we were just talking about there, you see 0-30, no days rest, 31 to 45 one day, and then we hit that 46 to 60, which he was at 60 there, Diesel was, and he didn't let him go to that 61 or he would have to wait 3 days to come back. So those pitch counts come big into play here in this World Series with limited pitching and a lot of games here back to back.
Came into the semifinals of the regionals, Alexander said, in the 7th inning with runners on second and third, and he pitched out of a jam. And maybe that's what he was talking about a month ago. He didn't see him in that role. So he's ready to go now. He's facing Shaber. And Shaber jumps on the first pitch and lifts a high fly ball out to left field, but it's Chandler Robinson easily pulls it in, and they're out of the inning. So we played 2.5, nothing across in the third for Iowa. We go to the bottom half, number 3, 2-1, Iowa on top. Well, back inside Keeter Stadium, a beautiful ballpark, as we go to the bottom half of number 3 right now, the 2-1 ball game. Iowa with 5 base hits against the defending champions, 2-5-0. Idaho with 1-2-0. Coming up, the number 9 hitter finally getting to take his first swings. Logan Taggart playing second base. Taggart, a lefty, hitting from the left side. 5'8", 140. Just graduated from Skyline High School.
And we didn't see Logan the other day. Diesel was playing second base the other day, and Logan's starting there tonight.
Hit .395 in the regular season, and Alexander saying undersized player, but he can play short, second, outfield. Even pitched him for 12 2/3 innings in the regular season. Picked up a save. Didn't play in game 1, getting a chance to play in the World Series here in game number 2.
You can see him, a lot of these guys are bunt, they'll show it, and they're playing back. They're going to try to drop it down.
Fastball catches the corner for a strike. I don't know why they have that mile per hour out there. It doesn't seem to be.
Right.
The pitch count might be working, but that radar gun out there is not working. This is the second straight day I glanced up and saw that a fastball was at 40, 41 miles an hour.
Well, that one there showed up, showed 87,
Oh,
right off that. Yeah, so curious where it's at. I mean, he's got to be sitting in the right spot to be able to get that right reading.
You lost him. Savory upset with himself after Taggart draws the walk. In Idaho, down by 1, has a base runner with nobody down. At the top of the order coming up, Nate Rose.
Yeah, and he, Taggart, he flips the order there. Now you typically got a leadoff hitter on first base that's batting ninth.
So Rose 1 for 3, scoring a run in game 1, and he singled. So he's 2 for 4, hitting .500 in the World Series so far. Regular season .397, 60 base hits, second best on the team. Scored 48 runs, which topped everybody, and 10 triples this year for Nate Rose.
Ball got him on the shin or the foot. Looks like he's already wearing a brace on the inside of the shin, a guard. Don't help when he don't hit you on the guard,
Is that your stomach, or do I hear some rumbling? Oh, they got him at first. Wow. Savory just fired a rocket over at first base, and Ryan Alexander, he wants to talk things over with the first base umpire, Perry Ramacone. Wow. That was a bang-bang play. I don't know if his hand might have touched.
Yeah, I mean, it's close. I don't know. It's he tagged him on the hip is where he got him at, right around the belt, and not sure if his hand was on the bag when they got him there or not. But
Let's ask Braden, see if we can take another look at it.
Yeah, see if we can slow it down right there and just see right.
Yeah, you got him. You got him.
Ah, you think?
Yep. Yeah, you got him.
Yeah.
Good call by Ramacone.
Very good. And and it's going to that right there. I was having a conversation. Mike Fibani and I was in the umpires room talking with the umpires and everything, and they were suggesting it'd be a great idea to, like, umpires would even have a replay to where they go back and look at something like that if they wanted to, real quick.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad thing.
Because they don't want to miss the call either, and they want to make sure they get it right. These guys worked hard to get here,
and 9 times out of 10 they do get it right. I mean, we have replays up here, and it's easy for us to second guess. And
yes, yeah.
So the count goes to 2-2, and I don't know if you caught me asking if that was your stomach or lightning or thunder.
Yeah,
some thunder rolling in here. That's not a good sign. Outside corner.
And we're not talking about Garth Brooks either, right? So there we go.
Wolf defers down the Ramacone. He said no, he didn't swing. Count goes to full 3-2. And back-to-back batters he loses with a base on ball. And so Taggart would be down at second base if he wasn't picked off.
Yeah.
My wife would say I'm the master of the obvious. So that'll bring up Elliott Jones, who struck out back in the first inning.
Yeah, and it's watching these guys get leads at first base. They get short leads, and then when the pitcher comes set, they get a little bit further and kind of a walking top lead. And
wow, Savory's got a quick move. How was your move to first base?
Terrible.
Was it?
Yes, terrible. I picked one golf in my entire life.
What's that?
And it was in high school, my senior year.
So nothing in the bigs?
Nothing in the bigs. I never picked guys off.
Oh, tough one. Went right through Sawyer Nauman. Whoa. Had to put on the brakes. I thought he was going to head for third for just a second.
Yeah, and that right there, Mike, that's what speed will do. And, you know, as a pitcher, it's always in the back of your mind. And, you know, you're not going to pick a lot of guys off, which he did earlier, but, you know, you just don't want to make those mistakes right there. Easily could have been on third base, you know, with less than 2 outs, but now he's in scoring position, second.
Well, that one was on Nauman at first. It just kind of popped through his glove. This one's fouled out of play down the right field line. No balls and 1 strike on Elliott Jones, who, as I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, had the hottest bat in the first game of the World Series, going 2 for 3. Now he has an RBI opportunity out there again today with Rose out at second base. Off speed.
Good pitch, you know, and you can see there that that Aaron Savory, he had 2 looks then at him there at second, and you know that's what he's trying to do, just take him off his game, trying to get the hitter out. And it's hard though as a pitcher. You got to realize your most important thing is to get that hitter out. If you don't get that hitter out, you're really going to be in trouble.
Roger Wolf calls time.
And there's an 0-2 pitch, you know, and now 1-2, and you know, runner gets you off your game rather than you had an 0-2 count right there, making that quality 0-2 pitch that you just really want to get there. Your mind gets on that runner. And
so yesterday during the broadcast, you mentioned your best coach that you had. Obviously, you had talent. Right after this pitch, you can answer me, but what's the number one thing, the best thing they ever taught you in baseball, whether it's high school or the major leagues? Whoa, went chasing.
Great pitch there on a breaking ball, 1-2, and just got him to chase it just a little bit out of the zone there, and big 2 outs now. Let's see, Mr. Savory, and no way he was going to be able to touch that.
4 strikeouts now, and here's Mac Jepson, who flew out to Jake Brosius in left field, and he's 0 for 1. There's a base hit. Nice piece of hitting right there. They're going to send him. Here comes the throw. Nope, they're going to hold him up at third base. Boy, nice job by Brosius out in left field, getting that ball back into the cutoff man.
Yeah, very good job of there, and he has to be playing in. That ball, he got to that ball pretty quick.
Yeah.
Let's see where he's at. Yeah, he's playing in pretty shallow there, and you know, I was wondering there, as quick as Rose is, and he's able to hold him up there at third base. I think the best, you were asking, the best advice I ever got was don't do more than you can do yourself. Just do what you can do, because a lot of times kids are, you know, even when you get the big leagues, you try to do more than you can do, and that's when you get in trouble and make mistakes.
Who taught you that?
Mike Caldwell.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, great pitching coach. Pitched in the big leagues for 20 years, and you know, just a lot of knowledge, and you know, it's
a lot of years of playing the big leagues. Huh? Here's Kai Howell. Runners on the corners now with 2 down. There goes the runner. Oh, they went bang, bang, play, and they got him. I thought it was a mistake at first by going for second. He kind of hesitated, and they get the job done, and they're out of the inning.
Wow. Some great pitch and catch, and great play by the second baseman getting it there. Shortstops, apologize.
A swing and a miss. Let's take another look at that, Woody, the cutoff. I didn't think they were going to get him. I thought they were going to fake it, or at least to get a cutoff right behind the pitcher. Look at he hesitated.
Yeah, look, he hesitated at third just a little bit, but I mean, cut it off, good throw, and had to dodge the bat and the helmet.
Cole Smith did a great job at shortstop, though.
Yeah.
Ray Schlosser, the catcher, stepping in for the second time. He struck out back in the third inning. Or make that the second, I apologize.
You know, and as a runner on third base there, you can't wait on Coach Ryan Alexander to tell you to go. So, you know, I couldn't really tell there if he got a good jump or not, but great play by Iowa.
Yeah, when Schlosser hesitated just for a split second, I said, there's no way they're going to get him. I thought he was going to hold off and maybe fire it back to third. Three balls and one strike. Here's the pitch, full count.
And the ball's already at the pitcher's mound when he hesitated there. You can see. And wow.
Oh, unbelievable. We've seen some great plays at shortstop. And hopefully we'll get to see this one on the replay.
Wow, ball smoked, and wow, there's another top 10 right there maybe for ESPN tonight. We've already had one, and that one possibly could get there. Great play.
That's Nate Rose out there. We saw Hawaii make some fantastic plays at shortstop last night.
There's a different look at it. Look how far he laid out.
Wow. Is that a Sports Center top 10?
Yeah, absolutely. You can't, it don't do it any justice till you see it from behind. And when he's behind, you can see how far he laid out. That was an amazing play.
Maryland's Dimitri Jamison already has a Sports Center top 10. I think it was number two this week.
Yeah.
Defensive play from right field with a diving stab. Here's Landon Stoll. Boy, Horvath really took a lot off of that pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Same pitch.
Yeah, so you're a batter. Yeah, a diving catch. Yeah, so you're one batter. Yeah, is all it is.
This one gets away. Full count again. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Landon Stoll.
Yeah, sit here next to Tony. I will. All right, love it. Bye.
There's a ground ball, and Rose will have another opportunity. He fires it across the field to Bradley Thompson. And there's 2 down.
Yeah, great job there. Routine play. And
there's Michael Garrett's had the sack fly RBI back in the second inning. This one outside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Now 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning.
And he's fell behind here again, 2-0, 2 batters in a row. And that one bounced about 40 feet maybe.
Well, the last batter had to work with a full count. Now he's way behind. 3 balls, no strikes on Michael Garrett, with the top of the order, Cole Smith, waiting on deck. 4 straight pitches. He loses them. And here comes Cole Smith.
Number 6, Cole Smith.
So far, Smith has popped up to Bradley Thompson at first base, and then he walked in the second.
And Coach Ryan Alexander's going to run out and have a chat with him real quick. And he's thrown 5 in a row out of the zone and trying to make him relax a little bit. And now we see that flag out in center field, Mike. That thing's that.
Yeah, it was just laying limp earlier when the game started. Now it's starting to blow a little bit. And it can blow all at once as long as the wet stuff doesn't come down.
The R word.
But this day opened up. It was pretty sunny. Now it looks pretty dark out there in center field. And we've got 3 games to get in. Breaking ball misses again. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Cole Smith. Ronnie Kramer said one of 2 leaders. This guy's the take charge kind of guy. Gets the guys in line. Keeps them focused. The most valuable player in the regional for this Iowa team.
Here, you better believe. I bet he's taking here 3-0 for sure.
Yep. So back-to-back walks. Runners on first and second now, as Iowa hopes to build to their 2-1 lead with Jake Brosius.
Yeah. And he's thrown 8 consecutive balls here. Consecutive. So 15 out of 21 pitches here that since he's come in have been balls.
I swear I just saw him take a little glance towards the dugout. See if that's something you said you would never do, right?
Never do that. Once you do it one time, then
even if you're getting shelled,
you just they'll respect you more and play harder behind you if you just grab that ball and go. Let's see Coach Ryan Alexander there.
Took something off of that one. Nice pitch. 1-2. Nice job by R.J. Woods. Behind the plates, making sure that one didn't get back to the backstop.
Now we're even 2-2 here, and got to wonder what it means. Big pitch right here because you don't want to go 3-2 here.
Yep, all deuces, 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Counts full. So a young man who hit .429 in the regionals. Earlier you talked about his home runs. He had 1 career home run, then he hit 5 in 6 games. Wound up being the MVP of the state tournament.
Good pitch there, full count. Good job of holding on. And runners are in motion, and for sure now doubling the gap will score that guy from first. So
Runners on first and second. Fly ball down the right field line. Lifted up. Elliott Jones will run out of real estate. This lands in the bullpen. And Brosius comes back to give it another shot. And Horvath has that look like, whew, it's a good thing that went fall.
Yeah.
Although actually it was hit pretty high. I think Jones might have caught up with that one if it stayed fair. Uh-oh. Nerves kicking in. They took off the
hat and the R word. It's coming.
There's another long fly ball just about the same place. And this one's out of play. So Brosius really tagging it but getting under it and pulling it down that right field line. So Brosius, we talked about the fact that he hit 5 home runs in 6 games. So not only plays baseball, football, and he wrestles and runs track.
Wow.
So he's pretty active in high school. With a 3-2 pitch, that might have been a walk right there, but he's
it looked like that was going to hit him. Yeah, that was right in on the. Look, it was right at him. Right into the dugout.
So Brosius is really making Horvath work. He's fouled off 4 in a row now.
And this is the 11th pitch of this at bat.
Horvath
very good at bat.
What do I have to do to get this guy out? Swing and a miss. He got him. Big strikeout that time for Ryan Horvath. Let's take another look at this one by Nate Rose with a diving stab at shortstop. So nothing across. We still have a 2-1 ball game here as we head for the ball.
Pitcher's mound, move the fences in, move the warning track in. So they've done a lot of work here to this field. It looks really good.
Here's Kai Howell again. He was batting at the end of the inning when another base runner got tossed, and this time it was Nate Rose. So Howell's back to try again here in the 4th inning. He struck out back in the 1st.
Hey, Safer's doing a great job. You know, one of the big things we always talked about when I was coming up through the minor leagues was, even in the big leagues, was first pitch strikes. And out of 13 guys, he's 9 of 13 first pitch strikes. So
fly ball lifting to the gap, and this is going to be trouble over the head of Jake Brosius up against the wall, and it's a stand-up double for Kai Howell, who used to lead off for this team, and now they dropped him down to the cleanup spot.
Great job. The only remaining guy back from that 2019 championship team here, and takes that fastball and drives it over the left fielder's head for a double.
That's his 10th double of the season. So he was 1 for 3 yesterday, or in the first game. Now he gets a stand-up double, and he's out at second base with Ace Webb stepping in.
And you got to wonder,
Ooh.
I was about to say he was going to probably square around and bunt, but
that's the second time he's been hit by the pitch today. So,
and I think the first one was on maybe a breaking ball, and that was on a fastball, so he's not feeling too good on that one. Man, I was right in the square of the back. So as we were talking about bunting, which we'll talk about that later today when we talk about Hawaii a little bit, but getting that sack bunt down. I mean, here we got runners first and second, 2-1 ball game. You got to believe that R.J. Woods, he's going to be bunting.
Well, we'll find out if he's a good bunter, right?
But that's what this, a lot of these teams, the Idaho team's very good fundamentally, and they do all these little things, moving guys over, and that's why they're here.
Well, R.J. Woods was 2 for 3 in game 1, but bunting seems to be an afterthought for so many young ball players these days.
That's an afterthought all the way through the big leagues. You don't see it much anymore. Everybody's wanting to hit home runs.
So here's Woods, 2 for 3 in the first game, and he did single back in the second. So he's 3 for 4 so far in the World Series. Nobody down. There goes the runner, and they got Howell caught up at second base. Boy, they're slipping and sliding in that dirt out there. Wow! They almost got in there. Ryan Alexander thought he had him. They must have missed the tag. It looked like they had him dead to rights between second and third. And so Howell is tagged out.
So they called him out at third base?
Yep. I'd like to know why. Was he running? I mean, Ryan Alexander gives the green light to these guys to go. And Howell's got some quicks.
Not understanding.
Seems like they were hung up unless there was a hit and run going.
Yeah, it wasn't a hit and run. It was I think he was trying to follow the shortstop when the third baseman was coming in on the bunt and kind of got caught in no man's land.
That's the third player that's been picked off. Oh, just got him barely. So a decent effort by Howell trying to stay alive in that hot box.
But shouldn't have ever been in that situation. The second base running mistake of the day for Idaho. Getting picked off at first there, and then, next guy walks. They would have had runners on first and second with nobody out. And then they would have possibly had runners on second and third with one out if he was able to get that bunt down.
I'm trying to look at my scorebook here. 1, 2, 3. That's actually the third time. I don't know about base running error, but that's the third time someone's been picked off. And there's a big strikeout as R.J. Woods goes down swinging.
Yeah, good curveball there. And just out in front of it, swings through it.
So 2 down, runner at second base. Still an RBI opportunity for Chandler Robinson, who hit into a 6-4-3 double play in his first at bat.
Home plate umpire had time. Got to give Saver credit. He is not, these runners haven't made him too nervous out there. He's been in control all of the game.
That's in for a strike, 0-1 on the 6', 200-pound Chandler Robinson. 0 for 4 so far in the series after hitting 438 in the regionals. A pair of base hits in the regional championship game. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and this one's lifted down the right field line, giving hustle over there's the right fielder, Michael Garrett, and he pulls it in. So we played 4 full. We go to the 5th inning, and this is still a tight ball game at 2-1. I want Tom. If he was playing the shortstop and the third baseman was coming in,
right,
I could see where his mindset was.
Yeah, and it's called a will play in baseball. When there's a runner on second, like called the will play, where the shortstop's breaking to third baseman's coming in. And
there's a bunt, something we don't see very often. Whoa! And there's a bad throw to first base. So Sawyer Nauman gets hit by a pitch on the first pitch. And then Gavin Guns comes up, lays down a bunt. Not a perfect bunt. Right back at the mound, and Horvath just fires a bad one over to first base.
Yeah, he just got it out in front and make the pitcher make the play. And kind of spiked it in the dirt, and Coach Alexander's going out to talk, and you got to wonder if he's going to stay with him or go to somebody else. But like we said, they're taking themselves out of the game by making.
And he
doing some crazy things. Yeah, he took the ball
and he put up his right arm and waved over at the bullpen and said, all right, that's going to do it for Ryan Horvath. So we're going to take a timeout and check who the reliever is coming in. And we'll be back here in Shelby after this break. Well, Elliott Jones comes in from right field, and he takes the hill right now, Woody.
Yeah, he threw 1 2/3 in the regional, 4.20 ERA. Didn't have a decision. 1 walk, 1 strikeout during the regular season. Through 19 2/3 innings, was 1-0 with a 2.7 ERA. So coming in with runners on second and third and trying to limit this right here. It's a 2-1 game and trying to limit everything from them scoring anymore.
So Ace Webb was the DH. He moves out to right field now to replace Elliott Jones, who takes over the hill. And you'd mentioned coming out of that commercial break, as we had a good shot of the Idaho dugout, Brian Alexander. This team is so fundamentally sound and well coached, and didn't seem happy.
No, and we've seen them over, in 19 we saw them a lot, and then first game, I mean, they do all the fundamental things, and right now they're just beating themselves, and Iowa's taking advantage of it.
And all through that, it's still only 2-1.
2-1. 2-1. I would wish they would have scored more there earlier in the game when they had runners in scoring position, and so they need to. If they're going to win this ballgame, they've got to take advantage of it here.
Here's Tucker Nauman now with runners on second and third. He singled and scored back in the second. Then he grounded out to the pitcher in the third. So he's 1 for 2.
And you got to look at the defensive alignment, how they're doing. And, you got third baseman playing in, first baseman's playing semi-in, and shortstop, second baseman playing kind of middle of the range, middle field.
Mentioned he was 1 for 4 in the first game, but left 4 stranded. A great opportunity right now with the runners on second and third. And nobody down here at the top of the 5th inning.
And you said, bunting has become a lost art. Goes back many years ago, and you remember this when the Detroit Tigers were in the World Series, and they ended up losing that World Series because of not being able to handle bunts, the pitcher not being able to handle bunts, and they threw it away, I think, 3 or 4 times.
Right up the middle. Nice piece of hitting right through the box, and that's going to score 2. So Tucker Nauman, who left 4 stranded in the first game, and knocks in 2 here. And we've got a 4-1 ball game in the 5th inning.
Well, great job of hitting there by Tucker, and Iowa's starting now to take advantage of these runners in scoring position, and you can see both those runs coming in to score, and maybe another mental error. Maybe they didn't cut the ball off. They let the runner go from home to second. Now they got another runner in scoring position.
And Shaber comes in with still nobody down, with a runner out at second base. So yet another RBI opportunity here for this Iowa team from Dubuque.
Now, I didn't think he really had a chance, Mike, of actually getting him out at home plate the way it was, but they ended up letting the ball go all the way to home and let Tucker be able to advance to second base on that.
So many things about the game of baseball, huh?
Yeah, and I tell you one thing, the one thing that especially in the big leagues, it don't matter, is when a player misses a cutoff guy. That's when a coach has a come apart.
You're a young kid, you get a glove for Christmas and a bat, you think, okay, it's hitting and pitching and catching, and then you start playing organized ball and you say, wait a minute, what now? The cutoff?
Cutoff. Nobody knows what's cutoff, yeah. But you miss that cutoff, I tell you what, bad things are going to happen. Those runners can keep on running.
This one caught the corner for a strike. 2-2 now on Trey Shaber, who singled back in the second inning and threw out to the left fielder Chandler Robinson, so he's 1 for 2. Three balls and 2 strikes. Shaber an even 400 in the regionals, and going 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts in that first game. Lost to Massachusetts. We'll see that Beverly, Massachusetts team in the second game against the Midland, Michigan. There's a bouncer down to third. Jepson picks it up. Long throw. And they get him in time. 1 out.
Yeah, great job, Jepson, looking the runner back to second and making a strong throw to first to hold him there at, on the back at second.
Yeah, nice play by Jepson. He wasn't for a second there. I thought he was going to charge it. Then he backed up, which could be dangerous. Sometimes that ball will play you. Here's the catcher now, Schlosser, Ray Schlosser. He's over 2 with a strikeout and a line shot to Nate Rose at shortstop. Probably got robbed a base hit. Thanks to the great defensive play by Rose.
Down just a tad, 1-1, evens it up.
There's a bounce at a Rose. Rose mishandles this one. There's another run coming in. You won't see that very often. Rose plays a great shortstop for this Idaho team. We've got a 5-1 ball game now.
Yeah, just like we were just talking about, either coming and getting it, letting it play you, and that ball just kind of scooted right there underneath his glove. Maybe should have took one more step in to get it, but.
So it's 5-1. The defending champions down 4 now. Here's Landon Stoll. Still 1 down. Three runs in here in the 5th inning. Runners going. Here's the throw. And they got him. Wow.
I didn't think there was no way. I thought he was halfway when the catcher come up with it. And
yeah, R.J. Woods, I think the ball might have popped out of his glove, or he had a slow start anyway, getting the ball down to second base. So good job that time.
Yeah, you can see here, let's see the slide and the tag. Missed him at the beginning. And
that's unfortunate there.
And you got to give him credit for just a lot of times guys will not stay with the play, and he stayed with it and was able to get him out.
So that empties the bases. 2 outs now here in the 5th inning. And the count is 1-1 with Stoll. So Landon Stoll, he threw for 41 innings in the regular season for Ronnie Kramer. Unless, of course, those are numbers, 41 innings. Might go back to the high school, like you said.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that ball there got up and away from him, and like it hit him just on the front shoulder, on the sleeve there.
So the right fielder, the number 9 hitter, Michael Garrett, steps back in again. He had that RBI sac fly in the 2nd. Then he walked and was stranded at second base in the 4th. So this tight 2-1 ball game now is now 5-1 as Iowa opens up some breathing room. And here comes Ryan Alexander again, trying to calm Elliott Jones down.
Yeah, he's trying to get them relaxed a little bit. It seems like they're a little maybe uptight and making a lot of mental mistakes today.
The championship team of 2019 had a spark plug named Brewer Webster, and you tell me he's in the ballpark here somewhere?
Yeah, he's in the dugout, actually. He's in the dugout, yeah, absolutely. And,
his dad is one of the assistant coaches here with Ryan Alexander.
He was a lot of fun to watch play. He was Spark plug.
Yeah, he was Mr. Everything. Huh?
Yeah, everything.
2 balls and no strikes, 2 outs, and this one's in for a strike. To Michael Garrett. Coach Kramer said this young man coming off a good showing in the state and the regional. And as you pointed out, after hitting .417 in the regional, 3 for 3 in game 1.
Yeah, and then a sac fly to start this game. He's still 3 for 3. Sac fly, and I think he walked. So he's still 3 for 3.
3 for 3. So base hit here, and he could be batting 1,000 going into their 3rd game.
Yeah.
This one's foul. You know, Ernie Harwell, the longtime radio announcer for the Detroit Tigers, once told me, he said, you know, every baseball game is different. Every game. I mean, you have 162, of course, in the big leagues, but I mean, you saw Mississippi. They played 2 different types of games now. This Iowa team looks totally different than they did in the first game against Beverly, Mass.
Idaho looks completely different.
Yeah. There's a little tapper. And everyone's going to be safe all around. Jepson came in. Oh, good hustle play that time down at third base. As Landon Stoll went from first to third.
And you got to give Landon credit there. I mean, he was watching everything going on and kind of, you know, that ball looked like it may have went foul if he'd have let it go a little bit further, but he just didn't.
I think that caught Idaho by surprise there.
Did.
Landon Stoll.
Yeah, he didn't go right after it, though, after he missed it, and then Landon just kept on. So.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. I thought Jepson charged it, and then I thought maybe if he would have backed off, it might have gone foul.
Right. But, you know, I mean, it's you never know. We saw one the other night. There was a ball. I forgot who it was, though. There was a ball hit down the first base line. It was foul, and it hit something and went right back over the bag. So
that's 3 errors the defending champions have. Of course, these are different players. But there's 3 errors on Idaho Falls now. 1, 4, and 3 for Idaho. 5, 7, and 1 for Iowa. In this inning alone, we have an E6 and an E5. And now they're back at the top of the order with Cole Smith. Smith's walked twice in this game.
No, that's why they're in the big leagues. They play 162 games because it's such a. You never know. You never seen anybody win 162, have you? So.
That would be something. Although in what was it, 84, the Tigers were really on fire in the first half of the season.
Yeah.
They had an unbelievable record in the first half in 84. Then I think they played 500 ball in the second half, but they wound up winning the World Series anyway. They beat the Padres, right?
Padres. But in baseball, I mean, on paper, you know, you got a great team and the other team not so good. And from any given day, anybody can beat anybody.
I think they actually made a movie. It was a football movie, but on any given Sunday.
Any given Sunday.
So in baseball, it's any given day.
Any given day. Well, look at that. I beat Roger Clemens my first start. Nobody thought that would happen. Even my mom.
There's a ground ball on the left side. Nice seeing eye single there. We've got a 6-1 ball game. As Cole Smith, who walked back to back, comes up with an RBI single here.
Yeah, and you got to give Iowa credit here. They're taking advantage now of all the mistakes that Idaho's made. And
so 4 runs in. We're checking 3 runs in for a 5-1. Excuse me. And we're going to take a timeout as Ryan Alexander goes to the hill, and we're going to see our fourth pitcher for Idaho. So back right after this. Little switch in the infield as we see Logan Taggart move from second to the hill now.
Yeah, and Logan, he didn't pitch in the regional, but during the regular season, he was 12 2/3 innings pitched, didn't have a decision, and had an ERA of 4.2. So
Jake Brosius, he'll be the first batter he faces here with 2 outs, with 4 runs in the 5th. Steve pointed out at the top of the broadcast, watch out, this guy has become a home run machine. Had 1 home run in his career, 12 for the season. So Logan Taggart, well, it does not look like the Iowa team that won 42 games this year. They're throwing the ball all over the place right now.
yeah, they are. There's just a lot of mental mistakes. And
Did I say Idaho?
you said, I think you might have said Iowa.
Did I say Iowa?
It's all, I knew what you meant.
Hopefully our listeners back in Iowa knew what I meant. Doesn't look like the Idaho team that won 42 games. And Taggart, first 2 pitches, had a hard time getting it to the plate. There he goes.
Yeah, and you got to wonder what's going through, Coach Alexander's mind. About they still got to play another game, and they're, 6-1 here, and you had several other guys you could have brought in.
There's a shot, and that is fair. Oh, he's going to call it foul. Wow, Perry Ramacone. I thought it hit the line.
I thought it was it's tough to see here, but I
thought it
sure.
just by inches. Hopefully, Braden can another. Here we go. Well, it's hard to say with that. Look at right. Oh, well,
it's hard to see there. I mean,
I swear it hit that line, but not the case. They're coming back to do it again. I bet you Brosius thought it hit the line. He gets under this one, and that's going to be an out. With the 2 outs, that's going to get him out of the inning as Kai Howell comes in. But 4 across, and all of a sudden we've got a 6-1 ball game. Iowa looking for their first win, up by 5 on the defending champions. As we move to the bottom of the 5th, the Iowa coaching staff thinking that if that Brosius ripped down,
it's so hard to do.
That was like not even inches. It might have been a half an inch. Boy, Bradley Thompson went chasing on a 3rd strike, and he strikes out. So another strikeout for Aaron Savory.
Yeah, and we were talking about during the break, you can see Aaron Savory here, that nice breaking ball down and away, and he's had a lot of breaks today where he's sat in that dugout for a long time, and I was wondering how he would come out.
Well, he got a break that time because Thompson helped him out by chasing that pitch, and that's 6 strikeouts now. Here's Logan Taggart stepping in for the 2nd time. He walked, and he got picked off in his last at bat. Nauman over to Savory. Savory covers from the pitcher's mound, and just like that, there's 2 outs.
Yeah, great job getting over there. Good pitch.
And we go back to the top of the order with Nate Rose. He's been tossed, trying to steal. He tries to drop it in, and this drops in for a base hit. Nice effort out there in center field by Landon Stoll. Tried to make the sliding catch, but Nate Ross has his second base hit of the afternoon here in the 5th.
Yeah, good effort there.
Or Nate Rose, excuse me. So Rose 1 for 3 in the first game, and now he's got a couple of base hits here this afternoon. Here's Elliott Jones, who struck out twice already here this afternoon. Ground ball to short, Smith. Oh, we saw Nate Rose let it go through his legs. Smith took his eyes off of that one. Here's the throw, and not in time.
Yeah.
So Idaho aggressive on the base pass.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job there. But, man, if he'd have got thrown out going to third, he made that a little too close, I think. But there, just a little mistake there by your shortstop. And now Idaho has runners on first and third with 2 outs.
So we've seen both shortstops. We've seen some great plays at short, and now we've seen 2 shortstops let the ball get through their legs. Here's Mac Jepson, the third baseman. He singled in his last at bat. He's 1 for 2.
Here, looking here, Mike, here, McGuire Jepson. I bet you that's his family there from Idaho Falls. Big sign up.
I would guess that you're probably right.
Yeah.
Or just some big fans.
Big fans, yeah.
Bringing the sign. Jepson, according to Alexander, the most consistent hitter on this squad. He's 1 for 2 here this afternoon. And here's a bounce to the third. That's fair. Nice backhand by Guns, and he guns it across the field for the out. Great play by Gavin Guns at third base. So nothing across. We played 5 full. We head for the 6th inning. It's now 6-1 Iowa sitting on top of Idaho Falls.
There's a mistake.
And once again, Steve Woodard, we have the game starting out with a wild pitch or some type of error. Michael Garrett, the number 9 hitter, comes through with a sac fly RBI.
Yeah, and then some errors ended up costing Idaho Falls, and I was taking advantage of all those errors and mistakes that Idaho Falls has made today.
So here comes Iowa now leading 6-1 in the top of the 6th inning. There's a line shot, base hit. This is going to be trouble. Definitely a stand-up double. And Sawyer Nauman has his second base hit. Iowa sent 9 batters to the plate last inning. So Nauman singles back in the 3rd, and then he singles again here in the 6th inning.
Yeah, you see that ball, fastball up, yeah, double right down the line. And as we said from their last game, their first game, the bats kind of came alive late in the game, and they've stayed hot.
This one landed about 3 feet in front of home plate, bounces back to the backstop, and Nauman moves down to third base. So Gavin Guns, who made that great defensive play to end the last inning, he's looking for his second base hit of the day. He singled and scored back in the 2nd, flew out to the right fielder in the 3rd, and then he got on with an error on the pitcher and scored again in the 5th. So he scored twice. Takes a vicious cut, and it's 1-1.
And the same thing there. The ball's a couple of feet in front of the plate. Good job of Mr. Woods of blocking that ball.
Fly ball right field. It should be chased down as Ace Webb moves to his right, and that's going to be a RBI for Gavin Guns as Sawyer Nauman comes trotting across the plate.
Yeah, good job there by Gavin Guns of hitting the ball deep enough to get that guy in for a sac fly from third base. And this Iowa team doing all the little things now.
So this Iowa team, after losing 8-4, they did have 8 base hits in that first game. And here's a line shot out to left field. Robinson comes running in, and there's 2 down. I was just about to say that Iowa had 8 hits in that 8-4 loss. They left 8 stranded. Now they've got 9 base hits, so it's not like they're not hitting the ball in both games.
Yeah, we talked the other night. We thought that they may have a chance to come back during that game because they had runners in scoring position. A home run would have made it, a tie ball game here or there.
Here's Shaber, Creighton Shaber. He singled in his first at bat, and he's 1 for 3.
Really not what you want to do there with 2 outs. You don't want to walk this guy. We've talked about that the last 2 days of walking either the leadoff hitter or walking somebody with 2 outs.
Well, he lost him on 4 straight pitches, so Shaber trots down to first base with 2 outs and a 7-1 ball game now, and here comes Ray Schlosser.
Catcher, number 11, Raymond Schlosser.
He struck out, lined to short, and got on with an error on the shortstop. So he's 0 for 3. Good pitch, good swing. Mano on mano there.
Oh, I like that. Now behind on here, 2-1.
Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. So Schlosser, who hit .299 in the regular season, bounces this one foul past third. Pitched a third of an inning in that first game of the World Series. And didn't get any bats in the regionals, but pitched 1 1/3 inning there too and picked up a win.
I guess maybe a bit high, a bit outside. So now runner's going to be in motion from first base.
This one's fouled back. With a full count and 2 outs, Shaber down at first was running. There's a 3-2 pitch, and he lost him. Runners on first and second now with 2 outs. That'll bring up Landon Stoll, who was hit by a pitch and scored back in the 5th inning.
Center fielder, number 4, Landon Stoll.
Yeah, like we said, that the walks with 2 outs and bad things happen usually. Back-to-back walks now.
Landon Stoll would love to have that one back. Right down the middle of the freeway, took a good cut.
Big cut. Got to give R.J. Woods credit. Those balls are bouncing in front of the plate, and he's doing everything he can to block them and doing a good job of it.
Yeah, that's a good point. That can make it for a long afternoon for the catcher back there. Looks like Taggart's picked up his confidence a little bit after skipping several to the plate. Now it's 2-2. Seems to be throwing a little bit harder. Fly ball out to left field, and Robinson drifts back towards the warning track, makes a little jump, pulls it in. They're out of the inning. So we played 5.5. The first 3 hitters here for the Bandits of Idaho Falls, trying to get something going.
There you can see the Michigan team ready to go, and the Mass team was over there on the side ready to go. But Mr. Savior here, man, he's had a great day. Last 2 innings, 10 pitches each inning, 67 total pitches, 44 strikes, 21 balls. And I think the key here has been 15 of 21 first pitch strikes. So he's been getting ahead of these guys.
As you mentioned earlier, this young man is signed with the University of Iowa to play in the Big Ten.
And they're getting a good pitcher.
And I always think about basketball and football coaches crying when guys leave early, but how about baseball coaches? They sign a kid, and all of a sudden the kid gets a chance to be drafted. Says, you know what, Coach, I don't think I'm coming. Actually, you're one of those guys, right?
Yeah, I was one of those guys. A.J. Brzezinski, which was going with me to Tennessee, was one of those guys. And
so here's Kai Howell, who doubled in his last at-bat. Did a rocket out to left center. Then he got picked off in a hot box.
yeah, that might could have changed, the way the momentum was going there. There was nobody out, runners on first and second, and it just kind of took the steam out of everything for Idaho Falls. And
I think it was a 2-1 ball game then.
Yeah, it was 2-1 ball game. And you talk about, these guys like Savior here that's going to Iowa. Now the NCAA has changed everything with the likeness. So now these guys that may have went and got drafted and would have made some money can still now go to college and make some good money and go to college. So it changes the college game a lot.
Yeah, it changes it a lot. And they can market themselves, right? They're not going to get money from the school, per se. But so Howell gets his second base hit. Nice piece of hitting as he just kind of stuck his bat out and dropped one into left field. So Kai Howell, who doubled in his last at-bat, leads off number 6 with a single. So he's 2 for 3. Here comes Ace Webb.
Yeah, good job of Kai getting everything going for this Idaho Falls team. And his run don't matter too much there at first base. They gotta score 6 to even tie this thing up. So that's where those mental mistakes, not doing anything to kind of play station to station here.
So Ace Webb had that 625 in the regionals, having a rough day so far. Tries to drop one in the left field, but Jake Brosius isn't buying it. He comes charging in. He fires it back to first base.
That was an opportunity for him there to throw his arm off. He come up firing it up. He let it go.
So there's one down. Here's R.J. Woods with a runner on first. He singled in the second, struck out in the fourth. He's 1 for 2. But 3 for 5 after going 2 for 3 in the first game. In that 3-2 win over Michigan. This one's fouled out of play, and the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike.
Here's another guy there that don't use any batting gloves. You can see bare hands. Nice
pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2.
And back in my day, there was one guy I remember that did, Mark Grace. I don't know if you remember Mark Grace or not. Mark didn't use any batting gloves.
Remember him with the Cubs, right?
Yeah, him and Moises Alou. Moises Alou, when he was with Astros, remember, didn't use any gloves.
So Woods, as I mentioned, hitting a smooth 600 so far in the World Series. Base hit here, and
on top of that hitting, he's done a great job defensively behind the plate, blocking balls and throwing. And that would have been, if he'd have got picked off there, we might have, Coach Alexander would have had to come apart.
well, Woody, a base hit here, and he'll be hitting a smooth 666. But Savory's not having anything to do with that. There's a swing and a miss and a strikeout, so Woods goes down swinging twice now, 2 strikeouts, and that'll bring up Chandler Robinson with 2 outs here in the 6th.
And you see this good breaking ball there.
Number 12, Chandler Robinson.
So Robinson hit into a double play, and he flew out to the right fielder. He's 0 for 2. Throw back to first, not in time. Kai Howell's back safely.
Don't know what put you on the spot, but how many strikeouts does Mr. Savory have now?
Well, 8.
8.
8 strikeouts.
He's sitting at 82 pitches. Pitch number 83 coming up. You know, talking about the pitch count, even with him though now, I mean, he's over that 81 pitch. You know, he'd have to wait 4 days, but this is a guy that you wouldn't have brought back if he'd have threw over a certain amount of pitches in a couple of days.
And I did tell you a few years ago that math wasn't my strongest. I think he has 7. Seven strikeouts. There's a base hit. Right field, runners on first and second with 2 outs. So Chandler Robinson gets his first base hit of the day. After going 0 for 3 yesterday or 2 days ago.
Number 3, Bradley Thompson.
There's Bradley Thompson. He has 2 of the 7 strikeouts. He's 0 for 2.
And you can see Savory, he didn't like that too much. He wanted that, didn't get that pitch where he wanted it. Gotta love the fire, the wanting to compete.
Foul tap. Count goes to 1-2 with 2 outs, 2 on. Here in the bottom half of number 6. Midland, Michigan getting ready to take on Beverly, Massachusetts in our second game, and then we'll wrap up the day with the third game with Tupelo, Mississippi against Hawaii, Honolulu, Hawaii. That should be a good one. Here's the 1-2 pitch, bouncer, and that's going to bring in a run. We're going to have a 7-2 ball game, and the slide to third, runners on second and third. Tough play down at third base to Gavin Guns. We saw the last inning he backhanded one. This one skipped right over his glove.
Yeah, and we were talking in the last half inning about that. It was a great play down the line, the last half, to save some runs, and there he just couldn't come up with it. And Idaho Falls gets on the board again, and now they have runners on second and third.
And we'll give Thompson an RBI single. It's tough to handle down
Yeah,
there.
that was a tough one.
Here's Logan Taggart. Chance to aid his cause. Taggart's out on the hill, of course. Runners on second and third in a 7-2 ball game.
Yeah. And it wouldn't surprise me here. The third baseman playing back, he dropped one down.
Bill Braden, our producer, has a good point. Throw came into third, but it would have been tough, so give him an RBI double, not a single. Just dusted the corner for a strike. 1-2 at 2 outs now, and Logan Taggart.
Big pitch here.
Swing and a miss, and strikeout number 8. So Savory's out of the inning, but Idaho gets one across in the 6th. We head for the 7th. Now a 7-2 ball game. Iowa looking for their first victory, and they're coming up to take the swings. And then the Idaho Falls Bandits will have one last shot trying to climb back into this. And we'll see Michael Garrett leading things off for Iowa here in the 7th. And it's back to the top of the order with Cole Smith and Jake Brocious. Facing Logan Taggart, the 4th pitcher for Ryan Alexander and the Bandits of Idaho Falls. So Nick Offerman pinch hitting here to lead things off in the 7th inning. Offerman hitting for Michael Garrett. And he's hit by a pitch, so Offerman coming in to get a chance to bat, and he has a chance to run down to the base paths now after being hit by a pitch. Now we go back to the top of the order with Cole Smith.
Shortstop number 6, Cole Smith.
Smith has walked a couple of times, had a RBI single back in the 5th inning. He's 1 for 2 officially.
Ooh, good scoop there at first base. Opening again.
Taggart taking off. Something from that pitch, but it's up high again. Ball 2, 2-0.
Falling behind here 3-1.
Brett Bartell in for R.J. Woods behind the plate now. As Ryan Alexander starting to give some opportunities to some of the younger players trailing by 5.
Wow, just a little bit outside there.
So Smith draws another base on balls. That's the 3rd time he's walked this afternoon. That'll bring up Jake Brocious. And here comes Ron Alexander. Brocious kind of was stepping in the batter's box and kind of rolled his eyes like, oh boy. I think that's going to do it probably for Logan Taggart. Yep, he's taking the ball. We're going to have another break here. And it looks like Shandell Robinson is jogging in from left field. Looks like he's going to take the ball. Yep, they're giving the ball to Shandell Robinson. So we'll take a timeout as Robinson takes his warm-up pitches. We're back after this. A lot of moving pieces there, Woody. We've got Chandler Robinson coming in from left.
Yeah, he didn't pitch in the regional, Mike, but 18 and 30 innings during the year, 1-0 record with a 4.4 ERA. So bringing that football mentality into the mound.
So Robinson comes in from left, and then Elliott Jones, who started the game in right, came in to pitch, and now he moves back out to left field. So this is the 5th pitcher for Coach Alexander here in the 7th inning, and nobody down with the runners on first and second already for Iowa. Brocious finally steps in, and Robinson's ready to work. Tries to lay down a bunt. It goes foul down the third base line.
I wasn't expecting that, was you?
I don't think Mac Jepson was either. He was playing him deep at third.
For somebody that has 12 home runs in the 2 hole,
Well, good for him.
dropping down a bunt, absolutely.
Jepson's playing a little bit closer now. Just on the lip of the grass. And, I thought Jepson was going to catch up to that one. So Brocious, disgusted with himself, almost popped out. Nothing more frustrating when you try to lay down a bunt and you pop out.
Or we can say, like Coach Gante says,
Maybe he's trying.
maybe he's trying to do that so he can just get to hit,
And pick up the RBI. I don't think that's the case
But no,
this time.
I don't either. We're joking when we say that. They're not trying to do that, but it's a running joke with the wise coach, Ole Gante.
Yeah, because Brocious was mad at himself, especially when he popped up the last one. So 2 foul balls on bunt attempts, and he falls behind at the count 0-2. That certainly helps Chandler Robinson settle in as the pitcher. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And he fouls this one off. Well, one thing about Brocious, he's good protecting that plate.
Yeah,
we saw
he's
him a
had-
couple of times today on pitches that were probably balls inside, and he fouls it off with 2 strikes.
He's hit 2 in the dugout today. Hit 1 in the lawnmower shed, 1 in the batting cage. But he does a good job of battling.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fly ball out to right field, and Ace Webb is there to pull it in. 1 down, runners advance. It's his third base, so runners on the corners now. 1 runner advance, I should say. So Nick Offerman down at third base, Cole Smith at first, and Sawyer Nauman, who doubled his last time up. He's 2 for 4. Or 2 for 3. He was hit by a pitch, but he scored twice.
Brocious he was able to move him over from second to third, but it won't go down as a sac fly or nothing like that, like it would if he'd got a bunt down. But did his job, got him over.
First pitch catches the corner for a strike, but a sac bunt doesn't go against your
Doesn't
batting
go,
average. The fly to right will go against the batting average.
Yeah.
That's like a grade point average. It's so hard to bring it back up, and it's easy to. It goes down fast.
Yes.
There's a pop-up behind second base, and what a play. I thought Kai Howell, the center fielder, was coming in. He's calling for it, and Nate Rose got it over his shoulder.
Wow, great play, another great play, but you see him going over his shoulder, catching it here. But I cannot believe the runner on third did not tag up and score on that, especially when the shortstop is going away from the infield there. So a break for Idaho Falls there.
Just happy they got the out, but I think Kai Howell thought that was my play.
Yeah.
Coming in.
Well, he has that opportunity to call him off with him coming in, him going out. And
here's Gavin Guns. Speaking of sac fly, RBIs, he had an RBI sac fly in his last at-bat. So he singled and scored in the second inning, flew out to the right fielder in the third, got on with an error and scored in the fifth, and had a fly ball sac fly RBI back in the sixth.
To right field, I think.
Yep. We just hit the 2.5 hour mark on a 7-inning ball game right now. Still 2 games to go. Beverly, Massachusetts and Midland, Michigan will play the middle game, and then the final game will be Tupelo, Mississippi, and there's another run coming in, 8-2 after the wild pitch by Chandler Robinson. So Nick Offerman, who came in a pinch hitting role, he was hit by a pitch and he scores. So Iowa looking for their first win. They've scored in every inning except for the third and the fourth here in their second game. Here's a line shot down the left field line. That's going to bring in another run. Gavin Guns heading for second base. He'll have a sliding double. So Guns with his second RBI, driving in Cole Smith, and we've got a 9-2 ball game.
You can see Gavin Guns here. Good job taking this fastball up over the middle of the plate. Driving the left field corner for a RBI double.
So here's Tucker Nauman, who had 2 RBIs with a single back in the 5th inning. As Robinson just tries to get out of this inning now with 2 outs.
You know, just glancing up at the board, Mike, you know, you sit up there and you look at 9, 10, 2, and 2, 8, and 3, and you look at those 10 hits to 8 hits, and, you know, what's the difference in that, you know?
Yeah, really. The big difference is that 3 errors for Idaho.
Yeah.
Nice piece of hitting. Here comes another run as Tucker Nauman has the RBI single, and Gavin Guns scores from second base.
Yeah, and that's starting to be a hit parade there for Iowa. And all these numbers, you're starting to understand why they have these numbers, and just squaring up all these pitches.
Yeah, when you said Iowa losing that first game to Massachusetts, then you said you talked to the Iowa coaches, and they seemed really pumped up and ready to go. I mean, obviously they know the team better than we do. But again, we go back to that first game where they had 8 hits and left 8 stranded.
Yeah, and there wasn't a lot of mental mistakes, or what mistakes they made. They just didn't get those guys in when they had them in scoring position. The difference here with this Idaho team is they've had guys in scoring position and done stuff and made some bad base running mistakes and cost them.
So Tucker Nauman, earlier in the broadcast, we mentioned that he was 1 for 4 in the first game, but he left 4 stranded. He's got 3 RBI. There's a fly ball out to left field. Elliott Jones coming in, and he makes the grab. They're out of the inning, but 3 more runs across for Iowa. And here we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. The defending champions with their last 2 for 2.
But they got a huge deficit to overcome here, down 8.
He was 2 for 2. Here's Gavin Guns. Uses the gun to fire it over to Nauman. There's 1 up and 1 down in the 7th inning. So that'll bring up Elliott Jones, who struck out twice and got on with the error on the shortstop, Cole Smith, in his last at-bat.
through the post.
Number 11, Tyler Schultz.
Well, there's a pinch hitter now for
Yeah.
Elliott Jones. Tyler Schultz getting a chance to swing the stick here in the 7th inning. Nice pitch, fastball.
Wow.
Swing and a miss.
And Mr. Savior here is trying to finish this game out. And then we're going to go talking about pitch count. So once he reaches 105, if it's not within that hitter, he cannot go any further. So he's got about 7-8 pitches here to work with.
So Tyler Schultz in a pinch hitting role, facing a 3-1 count now. One down here in the 7th inning. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Savory. It's in for a strike. It's 3-2. He walked him. So Schultz on with a base on balls. But leading 10-2 with one out. Ronnie Kramer, the head coach of this Iowa team, has to be pleased with the way his guys have performed here this afternoon. Have another pinch hitter. Yep, the home plate umpire Roger Wolf trying to catch his number.
Number 17.
So it's Merritt Jones who pitched such a great game, and he comes up with a long foul ball just inside or outside that foul pole, which cleared the fence.
Wow.
So Merritt Jones, we talked about the 7 innings he pitched in that first game to pick up the victory. Obviously did not get an at-bat, but he picked up the win. 7 innings pitched, 2 runs, just 2 hits. And that win against Michigan, struck out 6, walked 4, threw 107 pitches, faced 28 batters. Now he just almost had a home run. Hit .292 in the regular season. No at-bats in the regionals.
Pitch number 104, 103, excuse me.
So fastball in for a strike. It's 2-2.
And he'll be pitch number 105, which if he don't finish him off here, he has a chance to.
Oh, there's a pass ball. And Tyler Schultz moves down to second base here with 1 down. But that previous fastball, though, the before the pass ball, still had a lot of zip on it. I'd like to know what the radar gun had after 105 pitches.
Yeah, he's still throwing the ball hard, and what a great game he has pitched.
Three balls and 2 strikes. Runner at second base. Here's the 3-2 pitch from Savory. Fly ball left field and going back, and finally twisting and turning. Jake Brocious pulls it in. I think he was a little bit surprised. So we're going to have a pitching change now, I think, though, with 106 pitches.
106 pitches got to come out. And
so we're going to take another timeout here with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. A 10-2 ball game, and Aaron Savory won't close it out, but he's pitched a gem. So back after this, it's 10-2, Iowa on top, 2 outs. 2 outs in the 7th, and Landon Stoll goes from center to the hill.
Yeah, didn't pitch in the regional, but during the regular season was 3-2 through. How many innings did he pitch here? He threw 41 innings and had a 3.41 ERA during the regular season.
So Offerman now in right field, and Brosius in center field, and Savory goes out to left.
Yeah, Mike, what a great job. Aaron Savory, 6 2/3 innings pitched, 8 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 9 strikeouts, 3 walks. Man, what a great job by him today, and you can see why he is going to Iowa. Very good job of that young man.
I think it's safe to say he'll pick up the victory. We'll see if Stoll can come out of center field and close it out now with 2 outs. There's a swing and a miss. It's another pinch hitter, 3 straight pinch hitters now. Kai Howell was scheduled to bat. This looks like Dayton Roberson. Dayton Roberson getting a chance to swing. There's strike 2.
Down to the last strike.
So we'll see if Stoll can get out of this just throwing 3 pitches. There's a swing and a miss, and he strikes him out. So Stoll comes in and closes it out with 3 straight pitches. And Steve Woodard, how about Iowa going 0-1 and coming back with 10 runs and 11 hits?
Oh, absolutely. Their bats come alive. They scored some runs, and it was all about Aaron Savory and how he pitched. And this Idaho team made some mistakes, and this Iowa team took advantage.
So you see Hawaii at 2-0, and right now Iowa climbing into the win column at 1-1. Coming up next, we'll see if Michigan can get a notch in the win column. They take on a very good Beverly, Massachusetts team. Before we say goodbye, your final thoughts.
Just to, they played a great game. Now they've got a win on their board, and now I'm looking forward to this next game with Michigan coming up.
So things get interesting now. The defending champions lose their first. It's 10-2 for Steve Woodard. Mike Gleason saying so long.